Nice to meet you all. My name is Taylor and I'm with the Nocturnal.
Hi,
Hey
Taylor.
Taylor.
I'm gonna go out and start out with you, Rebecca. I mean, congratulations on the success of Hightown. This show is notorious for showing, in your own words, the duality of the characters that you have created. What should we expect in terms of the character growth within season three?
I think everybody ends in sort of their final form this season. So there's a lot of things that I think will feel very shocking, but also if you look back, will feel kind of inevitable. So I think that'll be really satisfying. A lot of twists and turns getting to that final form, though. So it's quite a ride.
Yes, and going off of that, Monica, it's the third and final season, and your character Jackie has so many different layers dealing with addiction and other real world experiences. How would you say she has evolved since we very first met her in season one to how we're going to say goodbye to her at the end of the season?
Well, I think if throughout the show she definitely has roller coaster. There's ups and downs. She has moments where she's able to stay sober and sort of keep her mission in front of her and understand, who loves her and who supports her. And then there are some times where she falls off that wagon and she is a mess. I think, like what Rebecca was saying, we get to end the show sort of in their fullest form. And I think Jackie in season three, you'll see it gets really up and down with her. And she's still in the middle of trying to figure out, she becomes so obsessed with this investigation, trying to figure out how to find her own redemption and the redemption for those who've been hurt in the world.
Rebecca, now that this series is coming to an end, what inspired you to create a show like this? And how do you feel for your core audience to go throughout the season and get that series finale at the end of it?
I feel so good. I think the fans are so mighty, and the people that love it just love it. And I think we're really giving them everything they could ask for. I'm just so proud of it. And I was inspired from the start. It was many elements of it are very, very personal to me, but then on top of that, then we built out this whole like crazy crime story with like so many twists and turns. It's very pulpy. So I think we really kept that tone until the end. It's pulpy, it's fast moving, a lot of plot, and then at the same time we really kept the heart and kept it character driven and female forward especially. So I'm really proud that we kept all those balls in the air, I guess you could say.
Speaking of having the show be female forward, Monica, what would you say that the best part of playing this complex character of Jackie has been the last few years? And what would you want to say to her if you could talk to her right now going into the end of this show?
That's a good question. With the first part, what's been the best part about playing Jackie? I think definitely working with my co-stars, Badge and Riley, everybody. We all really relied on each other to be together and telling that story. And it feels like fun whenever we're on set working. There's just so much joy, even though it's such a dark show. So my favorite part about playing her would be my co-stars. And the what would I tell Jack? Like the advice? Is that your second?
Yeah, like the advice or just like how this character has changed your life, or just literally anything that you wish that you could say to her if she was in human form sitting next to you.
Oh, that's so sweet. If Jackie were sitting next to me, I'd probably say to go easy on yourself and remember to take it one day at a time and to know that it's gonna be okay if we can put one foot in front of the other, one bite at a time.
Way to make me cry.
It's
So
all
that was,
emotional here in this
yeah.
interview.
How are you guys doing today?
Great.
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. It's so great to meet you. I'm going to start out with you, Atkins. Before you say goodbye to Osito in this final season, what is one thing that you would like to tell your character?
Ah, stop killing people. No, thank you, man. I would say thank you. This has been an amazing experience. I've had the opportunity to work with amazing people, so I would just say thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Dawn, last season, Alan began to shine, but was set back a little bit. Will we
Mm.
finally be able to see him shine throughout the rest of the season and into the series finale?
Well, I think so. It's just in a different facet. He has to be on. He's been put back into the on the ground. You know, it went from being in the general's office to being back with feet on the ground and making it happen. So in that way, he does shine, and it forces him to make decisions different than he has in the past. So we get to see him really, think on his feet.
Atkins, how is it getting an opportunity to showcase your Caribbean roots as a Haitian American all of these seasons?
It's been great. I mean, I would definitely love to see more stories, more different stories from that perspective as being Haitian. Um, Being able to be a part of the representation that's growing and happening has been amazing. And, being able to do that on a show like this, is such a great project, has been a dream come true.
Yeah, and it's really shedding light and being able to have more representation within our media. How has this role really expedited that in your sense?
For me, like I look around and I look at friends of mine, colleagues who are Haitian or from the Caribbean, and seeing that being on a show like this with the reach that it's had has been great in bringing those stories and bringing that more to the forefront. So a lot of, and I'm not the only one. There's lots of other actors I can talk about who I know who are also in this space and occupying it and telling those stories as well. But I've very much benefited for myself and that being on this project and being able to showcase that. And I definitely in the future hope to have more opportunities to tell the stories from Haiti and that other creators and actors and that other actors get that opportunity as well.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
Mhm.
And Dawn, what is the main thing that you've loved and are going to miss about playing your character, Alan?
I guess all the different sort of hiccups and trial and errors of what he gets to go through. It's just been fun to play all the different facets and work with my peers, the talented Mr. Osito over here, uh, and just being around them, watching other actors act. It's always inspiring. Even when we're like doing each other's coverage and the focus is on the other person, you really kind of get to see them press through and add things to their performance that makes up the ante also. I think a lot of times with Atkins and I, even after we shot a scene, we talk about other things we could have played and wish we had done. It almost feels like that every time, even when they're like great and everybody's just singing our praises. He and I are off to the side like, man, I wish I'd have known, man. And other things that kind of happen spontaneously in the moment because they're fully realized characters that there's more meat that always could have been played.
Right. And whenever you say that it's inspiring to be around your cast and be around and see how everyone else is kind of bouncing off of each other on set, how would you say that narrative and that kind of unity between the cast has really helped keep the show alive as long as it has?
I guess by inspiring each other, we're encouraged to want to continue working. And certain characters I didn't get to work with until the following seasons. It kind of got spread out. But I love the fact that we did the round robin of being able to be in each other's space at some point, and we had all been excited about finally we got a scene together. Finally, we got this moment. Oh, and it's this, or I'm glad it's this way, or whatever. And so that's been very exciting, and just to see the new ways that the writers have created these different spaces for us to interact with each other that are appealing to us and obviously surprising and entertaining to the audience.
Yes. And then Atkins, have your parents seen the show? What was their reaction when they saw you on it for the first time? Just give us a little inside look into what that was like for you and what was like for your family to see you step into this role.
Yeah, my both of my parents, I've actually watched the show with my parents, and which at some moments got pretty uncomfortable. There's a lot of risque scenes in the show, but and still are very, very proud. And yeah, they really enjoy the show. They're probably my biggest fans. My dad asked me this week, he was like, "Is Hightown coming on this weekend?" And I was like, "Nah, it's on December 6th." So yeah, they really enjoyed it and everything that I do. They've been very supportive.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I really enjoyed getting to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.